My name is Eugene Collins. I'm the president of the Baton Rouge branch at NAACP, and we're at the Southern University Law Center Civil Rights Conference, and we're getting ready to board the bus and hit the streets and actually hit the Civil Rights Trail. But in addition to that, we're going to roll through historic South Baton Rouge and actually look at some of the historical markers down there, like the Lincoln Theater, the Purple Circle, as well as Old McKinley High. This is Mount Zion Baptist Church, and this is the church that Dr. King visited when he came to town to learn the plan to implement the bus boycott in Montgomery.
Some of your great musicians played here. But have services here, so this was a great place to be, and it is historical.
Yeah. So it was a monument of faith to demonstrate what Black people could do if they pool their resources and combine their faith together, that they can do great things.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was inspired by the free car ride system pioneered in Baton Rouge and used it as a model for the 1955 Montgomery Bus Boycott.
Not far from where I grew up, a few blocks away. So I know this area just like the back of my hand.
And this was a stable Black neighborhood. A lot of them until they put the
This school here was the site for Old McKinley High. My great-grandmother was in the first graduating class. I remember when this school originally burned down, because it was a preschool that I went to when I lived in community here. We stood on, me and my family stood 2 streets back there and watched this building burn, and I can remember the tears and stuff that was flowing because this was such a staple of the community for such a long time. It's a very old graveyard, St. Joseph Cemetery. This is where they used to bury slaves. So if you go towards the back of this graveyard, you'll still see old slave markers towards the back. And you don't see any names, you just see the old-fashioned slave markers. If you ever want to bring your kids out here and check it out one Saturday, it's a really cool thing to see, and you'll still see some of it back there. This was once a buzzing hub of Black businesses before the interstates were built through here. School over there. Over there. You're gonna take a right at the stop sign. To your left here used to be Snowflake's Barbecue.
Yeah.
And you get one of the best burgers you ever had from the hood right up in there. Right through that little window there. Coming up to Delpish, where Delpish Chicken used to be, right? And this was the world famous Johnny Liquor Store right here, right? When we were young, that's the club we used to sneak in right here. But I'm gonna tell you where to turn. Keep going straight. Because we're gonna go to the Lincoln Theater. This was on the Chitlin Circuit. So when B.B. King, Ray Charles came to town, this is where they all perform, right here. But this is the Lincoln Theater. No, they're pretty close now. They're trying to get it renovated
Our
though.
grand opening is probably going to be in November of this year, and you'll be able to say once again live at the Lincoln Theater.
November this year.
As we learn about the history of African American people and we celebrate Juneteenth, and ask yourself the question, where do we go from here? And more importantly, what is my role
In all of this.
What is my role in where we should be going from here? What do I do?